200 American troops are headed to Nigeria to help stop the killing of Christians by Islamist militants. President Trump promised to...
Let me provide a brief update on Operation Epic Fury. Today, the United States military continues to carry out large-scale combat.
And people, this month of March go very, very hot. US don't focus on Nigeria. And Nnamdi Kanu case don't start up right now. So in this video, we get 3 segments of video. One, where Donald Trump they talk about Nigeria. We'll be saying don't mandate to come to Nigeria. And again, another video again. Now where Donald Trump they discuss more about how people will be say they behave like Iran, what they could do to them, which is Nigeria may be included. And another one again now the last video now the 3 Israel governments will be say we're going to come for Nnamdi Kanu case on the March, I think 11th of March. So I want to make you pay attention. Watch this video from the start to the ending. Listen to everything where they go on. Pay attention. What to the end for better understanding so that you go understand everything where they go on. First of all, the Israel government go send that 3 judges, and Nigeria have about in fact everything man no just talk much. Pay attention to this video to the end so that you could listen for yourself, understand everything where they go on and what will happen right now. So it's important to share this video to everyone on every social media platform so that they go they alert of what will happen and they are aware of what will happen. Drop your opinion at the comment section and make sure you write freedom for Nnamdi Kanu and freedom for the people of Biafra. Share this video to everyone. A lot is about to happen this month of March. From March 10th, we will start to see what they go on. And Donald Trump now they very, very aggressively angry. Listen to what Donald Trump talk to the end. A lot of video they here. And don't forget to click the subscribe button for more updates. Share this video. Now the only one if you take encourage supporters. Thank you.
200 American troops are headed to Nigeria to help stop the killing of Christians by Islamist militants. President Trump promised to protect Christians and others under persecution and execution there last year when he designated Nigeria a country of particular concern over the attacks and mass killings and kidnappings. Earlier this week, Congressman Riley Moore was in focus.
Right now, the folks that I am talking to on the ground have described what's happening in the Middle Belt in the north of Nigeria right now in the last 10 days as a bloodbath. It's just wanton death and murder and destruction that continues. But working with the administration, we are making steps in the right direction to address this persecution. The president is very singularly focused on addressing this.
And it is in the Faulkner Focus, and we continue our coverage. Senior foreign correspondent Jillian Turner. Jillian.
Good morning to you, Harris. President Trump is accusing Nigeria's government of complete and total failure to protect its own citizens from terrorist attacks. So now the Pentagon is deploying, as you mentioned, U.S. service members in the hopes that those troops can help Nigeria's military to help its own people. There are 200 troops, as you mentioned, who are going to be deployed to Nigeria. They are going to work hand in glove with a very small U.S. footprint already there on the ground. They are focused on the fight against Islamist terror groups, Boko Haram and ISIS. Here's the president last week, Harris.
When Christians come under attack, they know they're going to be attacked violently and viciously by President Trump. I know it's not a nice thing to say, but that's the way it is.
Nigerians have been hit by a series of deadly attacks in 2026 so far. Militants regularly raiding markets, villages, churches, schools all across the country. More than 240 people have been killed so far. This U.S. troop deployment follows, as you mentioned, the designation of Nigeria as a country of concern in October. Back then, President Trump cited the killing of 3,100 Christians known last year, as well as joint U.S.-Nigerian strikes on terror targets on Christmas Day. The U.S. envoy for religious freedom says that terror groups are actually getting a helping hand, unfortunately. Take a listen.
Nigeria is now the deadliest place on the planet to be a Christian. At the same time, the Nigerian government is seeking and receiving support from countries I previously named: China, Russia, Turkey, and Saudi Arabia. I wonder why.
It's really interesting, Harris, to look at the demographics of African nations writ large, because nearly half of the entire continent today actually identifies as Christian. This is a huge demographic change from 50 years ago, 100 years ago. It was less than 9% of people in the country. This incredibly swift and transformational change, I guess, is coming with a huge cost. Harris?
Well, and for the first time, there have been studies, Pew among them, that have looked at the size and scope of Christianity around the globe. And by numbers, it is now outnumbering other religions on the planet. So what you're watching is where that's happening in particular. Jillian, thank you very much.
Hey,
And thank everybody for being here, and please feel free to sit. So before we begin this important ceremony, and there's no ceremony that can be much more important than this, let me provide a brief update on Operation Epic Fury. Today, the United States military continues to carry out large-scale combat operations in Iran to eliminate the grave threats posed to America by this terrible terrorist regime. Following our obliteration of Iran's nuclear program in Operation Midnight Hammer a short while ago, we warned Iran not to make any attempt to rebuild at a different location because they were unable to use the ones that we so powerfully blew up. But they ignored those warnings and refused to cease their pursuit of nuclear weapons. In addition, the regime's conventional ballistic missile program was growing rapidly and dramatically, and this posed a very clear, colossal threat to America and our forces stationed overseas. The regime already had missiles capable of hitting Europe and our bases, both local and overseas, and would soon have had missiles capable of reaching our beautiful America. The purpose of this fast-growing missile program was to shield their nuclear weapon development and make it extraordinarily difficult for anyone to stop them from making these highly forbidden by us nuclear weapons. We were the ones that were complaining. We were the ones that wanted it stopped, but everybody was behind us. They just didn't have the courage to say so. An Iranian regime armed with long-range missiles and nuclear weapons would be an intolerable threat to the Middle East, but also to the American people. Our country itself would be under threat, and it was very nearly under threat. I was very proud to have knocked out the Iran nuclear deal by President Barack Hussein Obama. That was a horrible, horrible, dangerous document. They would have had nuclear weapons 3 years ago, and they would have used them. But I'll not let that happen. For almost 47 years, this regime has been attacking the United States and killing Americans. Every time you see someone with missing arms and legs or a face that's been absolutely shattered violently, it was almost certainly caused by an Iran roadside bomb. They were put there by General Soleimani, who was the father of the roadside bomb. Very proudly, he thought, but I terminated him in my first term. This was our last best chance to strike what we're doing right now and eliminate the intolerable threats posed by this sick and sinister regime. And they are indeed sick and sinister. Our objectives are clear. First, we're destroying Iran's missile capabilities, and you see that happening on an hourly basis, and their capacity to produce brand new ones, and pretty good ones they make. Second, we're annihilating their navy. We've knocked out already 10 ships. They're at the bottom of the sea. Third, we're ensuring that the world's #1 sponsor of terror can never obtain a nuclear weapon. Never going to have a nuclear weapon. I said that from the beginning. They're never going to have a nuclear weapon. They were on the road to getting one legitimately through a deal that was signed foolishly by our country. And finally, we're ensuring that the Iranian regime cannot continue to arm, fund, and direct terrorist armies outside of their borders. And we thought we had a deal, but then they backed out. And they came back, and we thought we had a deal, and they backed out. I said, you can't deal with these people. You've got to do it the right way. Today, we grieve for the 4 heroic American service members who have been killed in action and send our love and support to their families. In their memory, we continue this mission with ferocious, unyielding resolve to crush the threat this terrorist regime poses to the American people, and a threat indeed it is. We have the strongest and most powerful by far military in the world, and we will easily prevail. We're already substantially ahead of our time projections, but whatever the time is, it's okay. Whatever it takes, we will always, and we have right from the beginning, we projected 4 to 5 weeks, but we have capability to go far longer than that. We'll do it. Whatever somebody said today, they said, oh, well, if the president wants to do it really quickly. After that, he'll get bored. I don't get bored. There's nothing boring about this. Do you agree with that, Pete? I don't think there's anything, Mr. General. I think there's nothing boring about it. Somebody actually said from the media, I think he'll get bored after about a week or two. No, we don't get bored. I never get bored. If I got bored, I wouldn't be standing here right now. I guarantee you that, to go through what I had to go through. We also projected 4 weeks to terminate the military leadership, and as you know, that was done in about an hour, so we're ahead of schedule there by a lot. But please join me in thanking every American service member who bravely is standing in harm's way. They really are incredible, and I just want to thank you. We have a lot of them right here. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. We have a lot of great service members here with us, too, in this beautiful building. Isn't it beautiful? We're adding on to the building a little bit. We're improving the building. See that nice drape? When that comes down right now, you see a very, very deep hole. But in about a year and a half from now, you're going to see a very, very beautiful building. And there's your entrance to it right there. In fact, it looks so nice, I think I'll save money on the doors, because it can't get more beautiful than that. I picked those drapes in my first term. I always like gold, but I think we can save a lot of money. I just saved curtains, but and it'll be spectacular. It'll be the most beautiful ballroom. I believe it's because I built many a ballroom. I believe it's going to be the most beautiful ballroom anywhere in the world. And when you hear all that hammering out there, you know why the First Lady is not thrilled exactly. She said, will the pile drivers ever stop? You know, they go from 6 in the morning till 11:30 in the evening. Can you imagine? Here? You know what? To me, that's a beautiful sound. She doesn't like it. I love it. You know what? To me, other than here, because we're donating it, not a penny to the taxpayer. It'll be under budget, ahead of schedule. It'll be $400 million or less. Most people say $400 million or more. No, it'll be less. But when I hear that sound, that beautiful sound behind me, it means money, so I like it. But my wife isn't thrilled. She said, this is getting crazy. I said, don't worry about it. We'll be all finished up in a few months.
The government have appointed 10 lawyers that will be sitting for the final judgment on appeal court, that will be sitting on this March, either March 10th or March 11th, that will be sitting. So first of all, out of these 10 people that the Nigerian government have actually appointed to sit for a final appeal court sitting that will be hosting a match over the case of Nnamdi Kanu, 3, at least, out of that 3 people have been appointed to sit for the judgment, final judgment, pata pata. And you all know that the Israel government have taken up it on their own self, sending their own lawyers, which I made you people to understand that the Israel government are sending 3 lawyers for the representing on that day. So now, as it stands, via this particular issue now, just listen to the names of those lawyers that have been appointed out, where they are from. And among all these 10 lawyers, let it not just be as if no one from the southeast, they appointed one chief judge from Enugu State. You will still hear from the explanation why the video we playing here. Just take your time and watch. And I believe if Kia is not taken, I think that day this man needs to be coming back home. Just take your time and watch the video. And do not forget to drop your thought at the comment section, guys. Just watch.
Fresh reports reaching me is that Nnamdi Kanu's appeal has been set for the middle of March. Though it has not yet been made public and the exact date has not yet been given, but it has been set for the middle of March. This is fresh report that is reaching me. And also, the judges are through with the briefs and are set to make their final judgment as we speak. There are 10 judges who sit at the appeal court, Out of these 10 judges, 3 of them are going to be sitting, selected to sit on that day, chief of which is the president, of course, the leader of the Court of Appeal, alongside 2 other judges. For this video, I have the 10 judges who are judges of the Court of Appeal already for you to know them one by one. And I also have the likely 3 judges that will sit on the day to give judgment for Nnamdi Kanu. So whatever you're doing, I advise you to leave it and focus on this video because you don't want to miss a bit of this video I'm about to give you. Take a second to like the video. If it's the first time, subscribe. Then you click on the bell, select the one that says all to get notified whenever we release a video. These are the 10 judges of the Court of Appeal. After this, I will give you the 3 among them who are going to sit on that day to deliver judgment on Nnamdi Kanu's appeal. The first person is Honorable Justice Hama Akawu Barka from Plateau North Central. He is the senior Court of Appeal judge. The president, of course, is serving. Is the most senior officer who leads the appeal itself. Definitely. That is number 1. Number 2, judge of Court of Appeal. Like I told you, there are 10 of them. Honorable Justice Eberechi Suzette Nyesom Wike. She is from River State. Definitely, many of you know her as the wife of Nyesom Wike himself. This is a puzzle, very strong puzzle. Of course, remember that day Nyesom Wike, connected his wife and they got her promoted in the Court of Appeal to, a judge of the Court of Appeal. I think that's 2024, thereabouts. So yes, Nyesom Wike's wife is a justice in the Court of Appeal. Will she be among the 3 that will sit on that day? Will she be somehow manipulated to be among the people that will give judgment of Kanu? Because I already begin to smell a fly somewhere. Definitely, they have 10 of these judges, and if Nyesom Wike's wife is among the 10, and you know that Omotosho is Nyesom Wike's judge, then your guess is already as good as mine. But let us wait till after this 10 list where we break down the 3 that will sit for the day. Let us see if her name falls among the 3 judges that will sit on that day. Okay, number 3 judge in the Court of Appeal list there is Honorable Justice Balkisu Bello Aliyu. She's from North Central region, definitely. Number 4 judge on the list is Honorable Justice A.I. Banjoko. He's from Ogun State. Definitely, we have gone through 4 judges. There is nobody from the Southeast so far. And we have 6 more judges to name. But you see, so far, 1, 2, 3, 4, no Igbo man there. You have 1 from the North, 2 from the North, 1 from South, and you have 1 from Yoruba now. So let's keep going. Already, you can see the lopsidedness and, ethnicity in this appointments. It's very clear. Now, how will Igbo man get justice in the Appeal Court of Nigeria? Talk more of Supreme Court. Let's go on number 5. You have Honorable Justice A.B. Mohammed. He's from the North. He's a Fulani. You can see that. You now see that these people they have hijacked the judiciary in Nigeria. The judiciary belongs to the Yoruba, belongs to the Fulani. There is no justice for the Igbo man. I mean, like the Igbo man, Igbo people go to school very well. So are you saying that there's no Igbo person fit to be promoted to the Court of Appeal? And the key word there you see is promoted. So long as you are waiting for someone to promote you, that one now is no longer in your hand. What is in your hand is for you to go to school, to get your PhD, to get your degree. But if the promotion is not in your hand and is in the hand of your enemies, then you know that you have to wait forever. Igbos are not promoted in Nigeria. They are not promoted in Nigeria because there is an Igbophobia that Nigeria can never get rid of. Let's go on. Number 6 judge of the Court of Appeal, Abuja, is Honorable Justice Okon Efreti Abang from Akwa Ibom State. This is number 1 person from Akwa Ibom State here. This is the second person now from the South. Likely was sponsored by Akpabio. So you see that it's getting interesting. No Igbo man so far. Please, these 10 justices is the Court of Appeal for Abuja, where Nnamdi Kanu's case is being, is being heard. Because you know that there are other Court of Appeals around Nigeria, but it is the Abuja Court of Appeal that the case is being heard. So these judges I'm calling out for you are the 10 judges sitting in the Court of Appeal, Abuja. So far, I have called 6. Honorable Justice Akawu Barka from the North, Eberechi Suzette Nyesom Wike from South, Justice Balkisu Bello Aliyu from the North again, Justice Banjoko from Yoruba land, Justice Mohammed from the North again, Justice Okon Abang from the South. So far, I've called 6. There is no from Southeast. Number 7 judge is Honorable Justice Donatus Uwezuoke Okorowo. This is number 1 from Igbo. He is from Enugu State. Honorable Justice Donatus Uwezuoke Okorowo, Enugu State. So this one is from Enugu State. Okay, let us accept this one that there is 1 Igbo man there. I'm sure it's not going to be more than 1. I'm sure by the time I reach number 10, this will be the only Igbo man. Let it not be as if there is no Igbo person. Okay, let's go on. Number 8, Honorable Justice Oyewumi Oyejoju Oyewumi, Oyo State. This is another person from the Yoruba Southwest again. So you see, Yoruba have 2 from the Southwest. Now you have Honorable Justice Aliyu. This one is from the North. Then you have Honorable Justice O.E. Abang. These are the 10 justices of the Court of Appeal who presently have been posted to, after the last posting, which was done on 2025. These are the 10 judges, I think about May 2025. These are the 10 judges of the Court of Appeal Abuja. Out of these 10 judges, 3 are going to sit on, at least 3 are going to sit on Nnamdi Kanu's appeal. It can be up to 5, but at least 3. And these 3 judges, I have filtered it to the best of my intuition and also from fact checks and research to come up with the likely 3 judges that will give justice in Kanu's case. These are the 3 judges. Number 1 is the Honorable Justice Hama Akawu Baraka, who is the presiding justice of Abuja Division. He will be on that panel because he is the president and the leader of the Court of Appeal. He is the most senior justice on Abuja, and he chairs the appeal for serious, high-impact cases. That is why he has to be there, because Kanu's case is a very serious, high-impact case that he cannot exclude or give or delegate to other judges to attend to. Number 2 justice that is going to be on that panel, for a fact, is Honorable Justice Eberechi Suzette Nyesom Wike, River State South. This is Wike's wife. Wike definitely predicted to pull in some strings there to smuggle his wife into that appeal, except there's a last-minute change. Apart from that, she has appellate experience with criminal and constitutional matters. She's often assigned to politically sensitive cases due to her legal expertise. So we definitely will see something like a surprise like this coming into that day on Kanu's appeal day. And also have Honorable Justice Oyewumi Oyejoju Oyewumi, Oyo State Southwest. The Yorubas will always find their way into Kanu's case. One way or the other, the Yorubas will always find their way into his case. These are the 3 people who are predicted by me to be among Kanu's judges. And if they're going to be up to 5 judges, because I feel that they may appoint 5 judges for this case because it's a very high-profile case, they are going to smuggle in, of course, the Igbo judge there to let it have a symbol of balance. So you will see definitely Honorable Justice Donatus Uwezoke Okoro in this panel. Definitely you're going to see him because they're going to have 5 justices. I believe they will have 5 judges. Then you will see Okoro going in there, and you will likely see one again from the north, probably Honorable Justice B.B. Aliyu from the north into that panel. So it's going to have a 5 panel of people who are from the left, people who are from the right, and people who are neutral in this whole case. This is going to give this judgment a very strong, decision, because I know definitely that Wike's wife will stand for Wike's decision, and the Yoruba judge will want to hear what Tinubu has to say. But the Igbo judge, definitely, I predict he's going to be, on Kanu's side, and the Chief Justice himself will also be very neutral on this. So this whole judgment is going to swing between the final judge, who is, somehow neutral, but he may just have his own opinions, and Wike's wife is going to tilt towards, Wike's, and of course, the cabal decision. So 1 or 2 judges are going to swing this whole case for Maaz's favor or not. But for the other 3, it's going to be very, very even for Maaz and Nnamdi Kanu.
My people, sure not hear what they go on. What I think, drop your opinion at the comment section. I think at this time around, I know say Nigeria government have no option than to make sure say they release Nnamdi Kanu. Then they won't follow just that legal means. Maybe say they talk 1 or 2 things to release Nnamdi Kanu. So I believe this time around Nnamdi Kanu go they release. And if you remember everything I be telling you last time, this thing are political. They won't just use politics. They won't play politics on this. And from there they will just give and terms and conditions will be say we go favor Tinubu government. So everything we Tinubu they do now to make sure say in win this 2027 election, so that everything could be in favor or in let's just see how it goes. I'm not going to just talk more about the way waiting at the predict. I know say now political conditions will be saying they go give Nnamdi Kanu to make sure say Tinubu enter their next eternal. So now within I just the perceive. So I'm not going to just talk much. Drop your own thoughts at the comment section. Which one I think on this move now will they go on, and which one I think about the Israel where go come to sit down to know which they go on. Share this video to everyone on every social media platform and drop your opinion at the comment section. Share this video, and the only one I feel take encourage support us and click the subscribe button for more updates.